Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I am Trish and today I'm going to be making for you some grape nut ice cream. Now the grape nut that I'm going to be showing you has nothing to do with grapes or nuts. It's actually wheat and barley. So I'm going to flip this camera around and show you the simple ingredients that we need to make this ice cream today. I hope it will be inspiring for you and that if you make it, you'll enjoy it. Alright, I'm going to flip the camera around now. Okay guys, so like I said, this is a very easy recipe. You're going to need a can of sweetened condensed milk, a pint of whipping cream, and you want to try to get grass-fed, or at least what I have here, which is pasture raised. I was not able to get grass-fed in my local grocery, but I think if you go to Whole Foods, you'll be able to get one that's labeled grass-fed. And you'll need some cinnamon. I am out of cinnamon, so I'm going to be using some 5-spice. And you'll need some vanilla extract. All right. And last but not least, grape nut. Now, grape nut has nothing to do with grapes or nuts. It's actually wheat and barley. All right. So if you have an allergy, you're probably going to have to add something else. But the base to making this ice cream is pretty much the whipping cream and the condensed milk. You can add whatever else you want to it. Whatever else you want to add to it. Nuts, you can add raisins, whatever, you know. The next thing you're going to need is a nice clean spatula. And you'll need a 1 cup measuring tool and a teaspoon measuring tool. You're going to need something to whip your milk. And today I'm using my stand mixer, but you can obviously use your handheld mixer. You can even use a whisk, right? You pretty much just want to whip a decent amount of air into the whipping cream. You don't want to over whip it either, or else you're going to turn it into butter. All right, so let's get started. Now, recipe calls for 2 cups of whipping cream. And as we know, 1 pint is 2 cups. So I'm going to empty all of this content in here. All of this box. Trying to get every single thing out of there. Alright, so and all we're going to do is whip her. I'm going to start off slow. Don't want to do it too fast, because then she'll turn into butter, right? So just nice and slow until you get to medium, and leave it there and keep a close eye on it, because it will turn into butter really fast, guys. It did so for me the very first time. So just want to watch until it thickens. Hope you're. Let me see if I can give you a view. No. Alright, we'll stay there. Alright, so it's starting to thicken. You can see it from here. Just turn it up a little bit higher. And now we're at medium speed. Alright, so I think it's about done. You want it to be about there. Still dripping, but not hanging onto the whisk, right? Don't want it to be peaking, but just thick enough to be. I'm going to show you. That thick, if you can see, right? It should still be dripping, right? Not peaking. If it's peaking, then you're at that point where it's going to start to turn into butter, and that's not a good thing. All right, so I'm going to put this mixer away. Okay, so the next thing we're going to add is our condensed milk. This is a 14-ounce can. I'm only going to add about 7 ounces. There should be half of this can. But I've seen where people folks put the whole can, but I don't want it too sweet. All right, and then we're gonna just fold it in. Let's fold it in slowly. All right. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do is add a tablespoon of vanilla. You can add 2 if you want to, but because I'm gonna put some cinnamon, I'm not gonna add too much. And about a teaspoon of my 5 spice is what I'm putting in here to replace my cinnamon. Just gonna mix that in slowly. Go ahead also and start adding in my grape nuts. I'm using a cup of grape nuts, so I'm going to add a little bit at a time to make sure that there won't be any clumps. Adding a little bit. So I'm going to break up this cup into 1/3 at a time. Just folding it in. It smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna add second batch. Like I said, you can add whatever you want. You can omit the grape nut and add nuts. Sky's the limit. Last batch. Stir everything in. Now I'm going to be putting in, you can put it in a loaf pan, whatever container you have that can fit the whole thing. It doesn't have to be airtight. You can cover it with foil or saran wrap and store it in the freezer for 7 hours or more. Now I'm going to be putting this batch in the freezer for overnight. I'm actually making this for tomorrow's happy hour. And this is why you need a spatula. You really need to be able to scrape down the sides. You know what I mean? And you want to make sure that you mix it thoroughly so that condensed milk gets distributed through and through. You can taste it too. See if it's sweet enough for you, or if you need it a little sweeter. I think my folks would prefer it a little sweeter. Actually, I don't think I had a full half in there. I'll put a little bit more. That's why it tasted that way. Now I think I've gotten a half in there. Now I think I have a half in there. So I'm going to stir that in. See how easy this is? Easy peasy. Now the grape nut is all nice and crunchy, but by tomorrow it's gonna be soft and chewy. Okay, so here's my container. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop everything in here. See how nice and fluffy that is? I'm getting out everything out of here. But why not? Every spoonful of ice cream counts, right? I'm try to straighten it out, or smooth it out in here. Let's try to get it as smooth as you can. This is also pretty if you do the base of it without the grape nut and add some cherries or mango. Or if you want to put caramel and add swirls. All right, there we go. And this is what it looks like, see? It's all done. Let's clean her up a little bit. All right. And as you can see, the whipped cream doubled in size, right? Because this is pretty much 2 cups. Look at that. Okay. And so I'm just gonna cover this. Sorry for the banging, guys. And into the freezer she goes for 7 hours or more. Hi guys, so it's been 24 hours since I made the ice cream, and it has had more than enough time to harden, right? No, it only takes 7 hours for it to harden, for it to be just like store-bought ice cream, right? But when I made it, I wasn't ready to eat it yet, so but somebody went in there and took a little bit out, you'll see. And so yeah, it's been 24 hours. So yeah, so because it's so hard now, I placed it on the counter and I left it up for about 20 minutes to just soften up a little bit. So I'm gonna flip this camera around so you can see what it looks like. Okay guys, so here is our ice cream. And like I told you, someone went in and took some out when it was it was ready. But as you can see, it's nice and smooth, right? And you can smell the grape nut as soon as you open it. Now, the toppings that I choose to put on it is some pumpkin seeds and some walnuts. And I also like to put these cookie thins on it. That's really just toasted coconut. And I get these at Aldi's. I crush them and put them on top, or I just stick them in the thing. Alright, so I have this little fancy glass here for myself, and I have my scooper sitting in water. And this makes it a little bit easy to scoop. Let me see if I can do it this way so you can see. No, because of the grape nut in it, it makes it a little bit, it breaks apart easily. But that's the nature of the grape nut, right? Even when you buy it in the store, that's the nature of the grape nut. That's why, you know, dipping your scooper in water kind of helps it to glide. So I just pretty much want 2 scoops because I'm going to load stuff on. Well, is that 3 scoops? Yes, that's 3 scoops. So I'll leave that for everybody else. And I'm just going to dress my own so you can see. All right, a little bit of pumpkin seeds to add crunch. And I add this these toppings because I don't want to come back for seconds. So here, by doing this, I'm adding some fiber and some extra protein, right? So toppings, sky's the limit, guys. And here is a finished thing. This is just the way I do it. Don't have to do it this way. I'm gonna make one for the kiddies. One of them, so you can see. Actually, I think Joda likes hers in this glass thing. Let me get it. Okay, here we go. No, Joda, she doesn't like anything on hers. So we're just gonna go in and scoop. Still a little hard, right? But it's okay. And so at this point, you know, the grape nut, it's actually a cereal, you guys, right? So it's crunchy, but at this time it's now nice and, see, doing it with my right hand was actually better. At this point it's nice and soft and chewy. No, Joda doesn't like anything on hers. So there you have it. Look at that. Nice, isn't that? Can you see it? Okay guys, so the others just came in. I was trying to do this quietly. They want me to make theirs, so let's just go ahead and do it. 2 scoops enough? Are you gonna dress it? You'll have 2 too. So there we go, guys. Here's your spoon. Do you want any pumpkin or pecans? So as you can see, guys, the longer it stays out, the softer it gets, the more it's easy to come out of the scooper. 2 scoops? Or you want 3?
3.
3? You want 3?
Yeah.
So that tells me that you're not gonna do any toppings then.
No.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Alright, here's your pecan. Nobody wants pumpkin seed?
I took some.
You took some? Alright. Alrighty, guys. Okay, guys, so I am in my happy place. And I'm just going to continue to enjoy my grapenut ice cream. Never disappoints. Never disappoints. So until the next video, guys. I think the next time I'm gonna make mango ice cream. So keep a lookout for that one. That's also delicious. Until the next video, cheers, God bless, and I pray that you'll continue having a successful week. God bless. Bye.